Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here. And welcome to my Jose Mourinho Being Sports interview reaction. I hate bullshitters. Now, before I react, let me read to you what this arsewipe actually said. Jose Mourinho distrusted some Manchester United players so much they stopped caring. Wow. I also think that sometimes we comment what we see, but we don't know what is behind the scenes, Mourinho told Being Sports. And the influence is that what we see, and that is a fundamental thing. Wow. Long words, Jose. If I tell you, for example, that I consider one of the best jobs of my career to finish second with Manchester United in the Premier League, you say this guy is crazy. Yep. He won 25 titles and is saying finishing second position was one of his best achievements in football. I keep saying this because people don't know what is going on behind the scenes. And sometimes we, on this side of the camera, analyse things with a different perspective. Jose, I know exactly what was going on behind the scenes in your tenure because people talk to me. I know that you're a bully. I know that you stripped Martial of his number 9 after he was Player of the Year season before. I know exactly who you are and what you are. There was nothing going on behind the scenes untoward towards you. If anything, the untoward things going on were you against your players and the disrespect you showed your chief executive. And also why I accept to be here and accept in the next period what I suppose not being working immediately is also to know the new football better. And to know the new football better is to understand what is behind the cameras. Very interesting for me. Yeah, also very interesting is the money Being Sports probably paid you, mate. Mourinho ended the 2017 summer transfer window without key target Ivan Perisic after United refused to match Inter Milan's 50 million valuation. United were also rejected by Antoine Griezmann, who decided to stay with Atletico Madrid. Despite missing out on Griezmann and Perisic, Mourinho spent $358.7 million during his 2.5 years as United manager, although the club invested in just $72.5 million on free signings in last summer window. $72.5 million, not a lot of money, is it? I wouldn't mind it, hey? Mourinho has also rejected the chance to manage Benfica, while the Portuguese continues to be linked with a return to Real Madrid. And I think, my friends, that's it. Basically, right, this guy is an absolute disgrace. He thinks he's clever. Listen, he thinks he is clever. He thinks because us, the fans, are not at the club while he was working there. He can say, well, you don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Why, Jose? What was so bad that you finishing second was the greatest achievement of your career? We have seen the figures of the money you spent. Why couldn't you achieve better? Tell me. And at the end of the day, Jose, it's not even about you not winning the league. Forget that. Forget that. It's the football you played and it's the way you treated your players. See, the problem is, Jose, I know where the bodies are buried. That's the thing with me. A lot of fans out there and a lot of fans watching this don't know shit. And a lot of your defenders don't know shit. But I do know what you were doing and how you were treating your players. Because there is no player in the game of football who ties his hands together and says, I'm not playing for this guy. That's not how it works. When you go on the football pitch as a professional footballer, your first instinct is to get on with it and do your job. But your tactics hampered these players. Because for you to succeed, Jose, you need specialised players to play your way. And at the end of the day, that would have meant the club having to buy a whole brand new 22 players. Now, I accept the club were wrong to employ you. I accept that you can only be the manager that you are. But at the end of the day, some of the things you say publicly are disgraceful. The way you throw your players under the bus, you blame everyone. You never once say, I made a mistake here. I made a mistake not picking this one. I made a mistake picking that one. You never admit your mistakes, and your arrogance is there for everyone to see. So don't tell me, Jose, do not tell me that things were so terrible behind the scenes that finishing second was a great achievement. You went to an FA Cup final and we didn't turn up. At the end of the day, Jose, I know one thing about players. I mix with a lot of players. I talk to a lot of players. They are like soldiers. They follow orders. And your orders were followed and they just didn't work. They didn't work because you are a dinosaur, Jose, a dinosaur. And for you to come out there, do that interview with those people, right, get paid a bunch of money and still say the same old things. I'm sure there's going to be people out there who believe you, poor Jose, that horrible Manchester United not giving him another 200 million to spend. But I know the truth, Jose. You talk in double talk. Now, you look great in an Armani suit. That's great. You look like a professional guy. Your achievements are fantastic, are second to none. I cannot dispute that. I've never liked your methods. When I talk about methods, it's not even the football you play. It's the way you treat people. The players you think can do a job for you, your tongue's right up their backsides. But the other ones you disperse and treat like nothing. Your style of management simply does not work anymore. I'm amazed you've ever won anything with the way you conduct yourself. But the way you conducted yourself at Chelsea and the way you treated that fitness person, and then you came to United, and I remember your opening press conference, you looked depressed. You looked like you didn't even want to be there. And I thought, hang on a minute, he doesn't want to get too bolshy. He doesn't want to act like he's already achieved something. He wants to, he just wants to be, respectful and realise the size of the club he's at. The truth is, Jose, Manchester United was too big for you. And you're a coward. You didn't commit to the club. You stayed in a hotel for 3 years or 2 and a bit years, right? That proves you wasn't committed to us. So please, don't tell me. I mean, listen, it's unbelievable that he's gone on TV and he said what he said. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. Listen, we're not stupid. We know exactly what was going on. You kept on dropping points this season. You kept on losing games. And you kept on doing the same things again and again and again. Jose Mourinho, you are a loser. You are not the manager you was. And how dare you come on TV and insinuate that our club isn't run in the right way. At the end of the day, you were given the manager's job. And something else that wasn't in there, he turned around and said that clubs should actually help managers deal with high-profile players. So, Jose, you're actually admitting you can't deal with high-profile players anymore. But the problem is, Jose, it doesn't matter how much they get paid. People are people. And if you rub people up the wrong way, it isn't going to end well for you. It didn't end well for you, not because of player power, because you have got no respect. And I'm glad you're gone. And no matter what you said and what you said on that interview, you failed at Manchester United.